Good morning, Fort Meade. Welcome to
Hometown Highlights.
Today we have with us a special guest who is going to tell us about some thrilling things that are going to be happening here in Fort Meade. He is Mr. Jarrett Williams. And so I'm going to just let him focus on what he wants to tell us, and then I'll ask him a few questions. So let's hear from you, Mr. Williams.
Good morning. My name is Jarrett Landon Williams, and I am a proud member of the Fort Meade community. My family has been residents here since 1952, and I'm so excited to be here to give back to the community that gave me so much. Next month, we will be having our first Soul Music Festival that will feature talent from our great city, our great town, as well as other cities here in Polk County. And I'm really, really grateful for this opportunity to invest in the community that I love so much. I am a musician, a composer, an arranger. I work on Broadway and TV and movies, but most importantly, I love God, I love my family, and that's why I'm here to give back.
So I remember you when you were a little boy, and you were just such a talented musician. So tell us what you said. Kind of quickly, you had did a number of things, but you kind of slow that down so we can hear it.
Absolutely. So my journey, I went to school here in Fort Meade for elementary school and some of middle school. Then I went on to high school at Harrison Arts Center in Lakeland. It's where I studied classical music and jazz, and I was also the musician at my grandfather's church for about 15 years. Then I went off to school to Florida State to major in jazz and classical music. After I finished school there, I moved to Chicago, and I lived there for 10 years. I went to graduate school in Chicago, and while in graduate school, I started to music direct for theater. And a few years into music directing for theater, I worked on a project that had a very close friend by the name of Pauletta Washington, who's the wife of Denzel Washington. While she and I were working together, she became aware of my love of film scoring. That's the music that you hear inside of movies. And she connected me with her music director in Los Angeles. And from that connection, I worked on American Idol for 3 years. I would arrange the music that we hear on the show. And from that experience, I started working in movies and working on TV shows. But even before then, my first year in college, I came back home to Fort Meade. This was in 2005. And I put on a big concert, a live recording, a live DVD recording, and the community really came out to support me. So that was the beginning of my career, beginning of me taking this music career really seriously, and me feeling so loved and supported by the entire community. I left here saying I can do anything, and yeah, the rest is now history. We're making it happen.
So yeah, you've really had a lot of experience, and so I wasn't aware that you had gone to Harrison. So that was your basis of getting it all together and getting ready to go out and explore the world. So do you live here in Fort Meade now, or do you live in Los Angeles?
I actually live in Los Angeles. I've been there for about 6 years now, but I am a community member of Fort Meade at heart, and have a home here and property here. So as I share with my friends in Los Angeles and Chicago, where I still go back to, I am a lifetime member of Fort Meade. That will never change. I'll always have roots here in this town.
Well, that's wonderful, because we want people to remember where they came from and help support that area. So now your concert that you're sponsoring here, is it you're sponsoring the concert, or is it a group, or is it benefiting anybody, or tell me a little bit about that.
Okay. So I get kind of excited about this festival. It started off as an idea of a concert, calling friends who currently live here and many who've moved away uh, to come together so we could put on a concert, kind of walk down memory lane and relive some of our childhood memories. But then it turned into something much bigger. I met with our city manager, Jan, and some other community members and decided why not throw a festival. Now, usually it takes about a year or so to plan a festival. This time we're doing it in 2 months, or a little less than 2 months, and it's being sponsored by a foundation that I started in my mother's name. My mother's name was Dorothy Jean, and the name of the foundation is Dorothy Jean's Dream Initiative. After my mom passed away in 2017 from colon cancer, I decided that I would take some time to heal and then figure out how I could continue her legacy. And so through this foundation, the Dorothy Jean's Dream Initiative, I will bring arts and cultural events here in our great town. And this festival is the first event that is being produced by the foundation. The city is also partnering with us, Main Street, and so together we're going to pull off this amazing festival in 45 days.
Well, that sounds wonderful. So you are dedicating this program in honor of your mother.
Yes.
And I remember meeting her at some time.
Oh, wonderful.
You have, I'm just proud that you're coming to give back to the community. So what time exactly will all of this happen?
Okay. So the festival is happening on Main Street or West Broadway or downtown. And I keep saying or because this downtown Fort Meade is referred to as either downtown or on West Broadway or on Main Street. The street will be closed from City Hall all the way to the Historical Museum, and on the blocks we'll have food vendors, we'll have different service organizations. We've also partnered with the county health organization, and they'll be coming to offer testing for COVID as well as vaccines. All 3 vaccines will be available. There'll also be vaccines available for children or teenagers 12 and up, as well as kids, I believe 6 and up. There'll also be booster shots available. So this event is much more than just a music concert. It really is to bring the community together, to offer services to the community as well as good food. So if I'm honest, I think I'm excited about the food than the music. But it'll be taking place, you won't miss it, from City Hall all the way to the Historical Museum and the side streets as well.
The time?
Time is 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. and we're encouraging everybody to come out. It's going to be a good time.
Well, I'm excited about the music
All right.
more than the food. Now, will we hear any of you?
So I laugh and smile at that question because I've received it quite a bit in the last week. It's been about 15 years since I performed. I've been more so behind the scenes. So the short answer is I think so. It's not stage fright. I think I've just been out of practice for a while from performing. Now I've been supporting performers, making sure that they have what they need to be successful, as well as I'll be music directing the choir. Let me tell you about the choir. So a part of this event, there will be a community choir. And the community choir is open to everyone, regardless of race or age. So we're hoping that this community choir will look just like God's creation. And we will have a rehearsal the day before the festival from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Everyone is invited. They will come and we'll learn these songs. Many of them will be familiar songs. And we'll perform on Sunday. Now, for that performance, I'll be playing the piano as well as directing the choir. Now, as far as me singing and such, I'm not quite sure. But I will be involved musically, and we'll be using local musicians. Some of those musicians are young musicians who are teenagers, and I'll be working with them one on one so that they can play the drums and the bass and the piano and the guitar. So I think that's the part I'll be performing in, not so much so as an artist for the event.
Well, if we don't hear from you, that's fine too, because I just think that it's wonderful that you are coming back to the community, organizing something that's going to be great for all of us, and that you're going to get participations from, so many people. So I applaud you for giving back to your community. And so I just like to thank you for being here. I look forward to, give us the date again.
February 20th from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
That's right. So we expect the Fort Meade community to come out, because so many times people say there's nothing happening here. But there is. Fort Meade is on the go. And that's why we want to have hometown highlights and let you know what is happening to our community. So Mr. Jared Williams,
Yes.
we are proud of you. We are glad you're coming back. And we look forward to the concert, our festival. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. I love you. I love Fort Meade. Thank you.